Guys, DJ back with another video, and as you can see, I've set up a bit of a different layout. Let me know what you think. Today we're going to be talking about the reprints that we kind of talked about before, but there was a bit of an update recently, as you probably already know, but I want to give my 2 cents on it, and I think a lot of people, I've had a few people approach me about it and ask me what do I think about it, so I want to give you guys what I think, and you can let me know what you think in the comment section below as well. Always welcoming feedback and all that jazz. Sorry about the chords and stuff, but you know, it's still all new, and I'm wearing the headphones so I can hear what it sounds like. Hopefully it sounds the same as I hear it now and to you guys. If you're new here and you like Pokemon, Jungle Super kind of cards and investing, collecting, whatever you want to do, let me know in the comment section. Let me know if you're new. You know, always like to talk to new people and stuff. That's one of my favorite things actually, and just discussing, you know, what's going on with the hobby. And you know, I know a lot of people don't really like talking about the money side of things, and there's a lot of gamers. There's, you know, different people in this in these hobbies for different reasons, and you know, you just, at the end of the day, you know, you don't want to be like, hey, you know, only these people can come and only these people can go and all that. So yeah, I do see some negative comments about those kind of things, but that's another topic. Before we get started, what I'll do is actually pull up the news that they announced, so that way I don't miss out anything, because I don't want to, you know, give the wrong message to you guys. So I'll pull it up right now on my Facebook. I think I got it screenshotted to me a few times. Well, let's see if I can find it. Let me know how you guys are going with your collections. You know, I'm always interested to know. I've had a few people talk about pre-release kits for Pokemon. One of them is trying to collect them all, which is kind of cool. You know, kind of like the catchphrase. I'm just scrolling. I should have had this prepared, but I'm a bit disorganized today because I was setting up this, and also got some new blinds in the background, which is actually really good because then the lighting is a lot easier for me. But let's see what they're talking about, because in the last video you know, it was premature, but also at the same time I made that after I waited a little bit. So Bandai just kind of released some more news after that, which kind of not really threw us off. I think they were listening to the people, so they kind of asked. That was the first thing, right? So I did see a few hate videos on Bandai and what they were doing with the reprints and stuff, but you know, it wasn't set in stone yet. They were asking for opinions from us, like what do we think about them doing these reprints and what they should do. So it wasn't fully finalized. They did mention the second edition on the boxes and packs, but they weren't fully made. You know, they didn't declare that the cards are entirely going to be different or the same and whatever. And I guess the common thought that we had was that the prices of the cards will probably drop because there'll be more cards on the market, but the sealed product of the first release will probably increase because a lot of people will think that's first edition, which in a sense it is, because that was the first release. It's just no real indication. The only real difference you could see is the second edition, and the other one that doesn't have second edition is assumed to be first. So I have it right here right now, so I'll read it up to you guys if you're not aware of exactly what they said. We'd like to thank all of you for your comments. That one sentence there is basically them. They asked what we thought, like I said before, and they're basing what they're doing now on the comments that we made. So and before we get really into this, you know, it's impossible to please everybody. Like, you can't make every single person happy. There's always going to be like a hater out there or someone that doesn't like the decisions that made. So, you know, but from the most part that I've seen from this news, a lot of people, the majority of people are happy with it. I've seen a few people that, you know, disagree or whatever, but, you know, I think the majority likes it, so I think that's a good sign. Let's see. We'd like to thank all of you for your comments regarding the proposed second edition reprint of Unison Warrior series, Set 1, Rise of the Unison Warrior, and Set 2, Vermilion Bloodline. Due to unprecedented demand from players, collectors, stores, and distributors, we have decided to add a RE text signifying reprint at the bottom left of these cards. Additionally, boxes, packs, and cases will contain the second edition text as previously announced. So that is really the new news, that they're actually going to make a symbol on these cards that will let people know that these are second edition cards. All right, so that's kind of important. In order to accommodate the above change, we must delay the release of date for these reprints to October 2021. I think that was going to happen anyway, but you know. We're also excited to announce a new product tentatively known as the Archive Booster. Now this is interesting news, all right? Which will feature desirable reprints in original and new alternative arts. Cards in this product are selected from original sets 1 to 9, as well as all PR cards, which are promo cards, all draft boxes, cards, and more. However, no cards from Unison Warrior Series 1 through to Unison Warrior Series 4 booster packs will be reprinted in this product. And all cards will feature the aforementioned RE reprint text. Okay? So that's another thing to, take notice of. We will believe this product will help our players access older, difficult to obtain cards, while also introducing exciting new artwork and foiling for all our fans to enjoy. Okay? We plan to release the product after the Unison Warrior Series 1 and Unison Warrior Series 2 booster reprints, and will provide you with more details as time goes on. So they're planning to do this after October 2021, if according to their plan, that's when those set 1 and 2 Unison Warrior series are coming out. We'd like to once again thank you for your understanding and reiterate our commitment to providing an enjoyable and accessible gameplay experience to our players. Now that was big news, and a lot of people were really happy about this news when it came out. So, and I was pretty happy to do it, to hear that news. I just haven't had the time to make this video out. But, my thoughts on this, so it's clear they're trying to make this game more accessible to more people. And I did say that in the first video. So nothing really changes that. But with them putting these symbols on these new cards and reprinting them, it's just different. It's not the same. So, and people are worried about the scalpers and people buying out second edition. I think, what they're probably focusing more on the first release cards, or the first print, because, as experience has told us many times with other card games, the first edition, first prints tend to be more valuable than the second prints and stuff. You see it especially with Pokemon, first edition versus unlimited, it's not even close in price, so I think that's what people will focus on. There might be a few people that will try to buy these second edition cards and prints, but what will be interesting is the second print of the archive boxes, the older sets 1 to 9, when they reprint those. Will they have another Awakened Power? Will they have more signature cards? And will that change the value of the older signature cards or the older high value secret rares? In my opinion, it could make those cards even more expensive, simply because they are it says, if it doesn't have that RE? If it doesn't have that symbol on the card, that's pretty much first edition. If it has the reprint symbol on it, that means that's a reprint. And a lot of people disrespect reprints. They don't value reprints the same as the original. It's just not the same. Kind of like with base set or evolutions with Pokemon, right? So, Dragon Ball Super is still ever growing, and I think they're making moves. Bandai's making moves to try to retain people to stay here, collectors and players. And I know I've seen a few people talk about this, and their rant was about them focusing more on players than collectors. This game, right? It started off as a game, Dragon Ball Super card game, and then the collectors hopped on board, and of course there was collectors from day one. It's just not as many as there is now, and I think it's going to grow. And a lot of people coming in now, they are very interested in the older sets, in the older cards, which is kind of natural. the older sets and older cards are only 3 to 4 years old, and if they're going to reprint all of them, which they say they might do, some of the big ones, and maybe do alternative arts, I think the collectors would want to have the alternate arts. You know, if there's a different version of Apex of Power, or if there's a different version of the Broly Destruction, you know, people would want to have that. It will have the reprint symbol on it, but I think it'd still be a collector's thing that they would want to have. The first print, I still think those prices will be, you know, maybe unobtainable for a lot of people, especially the original SPRSs and the SCRs that are high value. But you know, my original thought after hearing the first news was, you know, why would you pay for $450 for a Vermilion Bloodline box, which is the going rate for it, if you can get the second edition one and still pull that, you know, I think $800, $900 Broly SCR from it for, you know, the box price of $130 pre-order. But this makes a bit more sense because it will have a reprint symbol. So the original Broly that came from Vermilion Bloodline, this is just the example. So, you know, that was pushing up to $800 to $900 raw that I've seen. You know, some were ranging like $500 to $900. It's really kind of all over the place. But, you know, that card was predicted, well, I think a lot of people predicted once the reprints come out that card will drop in price. And I think it will probably stay the same simply because if you were to buy that second edition Broly or the second edition box and pull a Broly, it's not going to be the same. It's a reprinted Broly. It will have a symbol that says reprinted, and that will be the same with the other sets that they plan to do. Well, that's, you know, my speculation. That's my thoughts on that. So, you know, a lot of people feared the reprints, and reprints are always feared for people who are concerned about their dollar value. And, you know, collectors might admit it, might not, but like, we do care a little bit. You know, it's your money. You put money into it, and especially if you're coming in now, or you came in like last month, you're spending big bucks on cards, and, you know, if you're buying it for a certain reason, you know, and they reprint the cards and it's exactly the same, and your card just plummets in value, you know, it's kind of like you go to the shop and you buy $100 pair of shoes, and then the next day you see it at Kmart, the exact same shoes for $50. You're like, I could have got that for $50, you know? I wasted $50. So that's the feeling that a lot of people were getting from the announcement, the original announcement. And I think this new announcement kind of puts a lot of us at ease, the collectors, the players. I don't think they're too concerned about investors or the scalpers or anything like that. But they're always here to play, you know? Their objective is totally different. And, you know, any market has those kind of things, and I think Dragon Ball Super still, I'm going to still say it, I think it's still super young and still volatile. Like, there's still a lot of things that could happen with it. So if you were investing in this cards and stuff, you know, investing in cards is always a risk, big risk. And I mean, if you're doing it for collection purposes, when you're collecting, it really is kind of a bit of a mix of investing, and a lot of people get confused with the two. And, or, you know, when you mix them together, it's just, I don't know what it is. It's a different feeling. It's the 2020 to 2021 feeling of I'm a collector, but I'm an investor now. You know, like back in the day, it was just, I'm a collector. That's it. Like, there's no investing kind of thing. But, you know, a lot of these anime card games especially, we were all very young at that time when we were collecting or buying. And, well, with Dragon Ball Super, you know, we're older. I see a lot of more older people collecting these cards. I don't really see too many kids or teenagers doing it, but maybe they're just behind the scenes that I can't really see. So yeah, maybe they will grow up, you know, with the same feeling we had, kind of that nostalgia experience from the TV show. And, you know, the Dragon Ball Super, the show, is killing it right now, and they're going to come out with more episodes soon, I believe. I think I saw a trailer. It could be like next year or something, early next year, with the Moro series, and it's just like a good time for the card games, and card games are just doing really well at the moment. Collectibles are doing well. I think it brought a lot of people in simply because of that money value thing as well. So you got to kind of thank the money value. They're really stuck together. It's really hard to tell people not to think about money when, it costs money to buy these things. That's just how it is. That's the realistic point of view. And I know a lot of people might hate on it, but it is what it is. The dollar value for the reprinted cards, I think, will start off to be really cheap, or just be cheaper. And I think that was their objective. Make it cheaper so that people can actually come and enjoy the game, especially if they're not interested in collecting or investing, and they're more interested in playing the game, and they can't afford these, the original reprinted, the original cards. You can get a reprinted version for half the price or a quarter of the price. That makes it a lot easier for players to be like, okay, I'm willing to try and play this game because I can afford to, right? And that's what it is at the end of the day. You want to be able to afford and enjoy it. And I've got a lot of collector friends, and even they struggle to buy what they want to collect. And they're not really players, but they want to collect certain things, certain value cards, and prices one day could be like $50, and the next day it could be $100, and you're just like, what the heck happened? Like, but I think I went on a little bit of a tangent there. At the end of the day, I think a lot of people are happy with the reprint. If you're not happy, let us know in the comments. I never hate on anyone, and I also try to help anyone, whoever watches my videos. If you have any questions, I always try to help you guys out. If you are, collector, investor, I don't really care, or a game player, I don't really play the game, to be honest. And it's funny because I've been asked to be a judge he's not my local GS, but he's a friend of mine, the Game Experts. He's going to start making tournaments at his store, Dragon Ball Super. He's stocking Flesh and Blood, he's stocking Pokemon. He's just going crazy. He's going ham on card games right now, and I think he wanted to do Digimon tournaments and Dragon Ball Super tournaments. He wanted me to be a big part of that, and I'd love to help him, but also with my time, it could be hard. I might be cool to learn how to be a judge. There's a bit of a process there, but if you are interested in playing the game, just why not give it a shot? I think with the reprints, it's going to make it a lot more affordable for you guys. And for the collectors with the alternative arts, I think that would be very interesting. It'd be really cool to have, two different Apex powers, one reprint, one not, or even just collect the reprints. Some people, that's their thing. But anyway, guys, I might have rambled on quite a bit. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm giving out booster boxes every time we hit 1,000 subscribers on the channel. So yeah, I'll see you guys then in the next video. Hopefully it'll be sooner than later. Bye.